What up, Tom?
It's cracking.
You know how it is.
Same
Pretending to
shit.
care about these fucking mouth breathers.
It said mouth breathers.
I know.
Hey, you fool, yeah.
I ain't
So
wrong.
I mean,
like if I'm
yeah.
talking to you and all I hear is like, then I'm done talking to you.
Oh shit.
There's some
What's
people.
that?
I know y'all don't watch like sports and shit like that, like the sports shows and shit. But there's one dude on the sports show that's like that, like on ESPN. Like when he's not talking and the other people are talking, you just hear him breathing and shit. Like the shit is crazy. You like,
Yeah,
I'm
you hear a
like,
couple
mute this
cats
dude,
like that,
man.
man.
What you been gaming on, Siege?
Remnant 2's got a new DLC coming out next month, so I've been back on that tip.
You ain't jumping on
I
that
don't play
duty when it come out?
and you damn know well I ain't.
It's on Game Pass.
Like, I don't give a
like
fuck
it.
what's it on.
I don't give a damn. Oh, let me go on the website, man.
Look. I play this. I'll play it if I don't have to download the Warzone app or the Call of Duty app.
You know what though? I ain't gonna lie to you, Siege. I'm not like mad at your take on that. Like I gotta be real because this shit is getting ridiculous. Like remember,
why
that's
do
why
I
I kept
have to
telling
download
Kyle
an
when he was
app
like, "Yo,
to play my
he was
game?"
like, jump on the Warzone." I said, "Nigga, I didn't deleted all that shit. Like it's just taking too much space. I just left the multiplayer on there." But it's just, I know what you're saying though, because it make you fucking download that little like Call of Duty hub shit. You know,
Now,
make you
what I
download
like
everything.
what they were originally doing was allowing us to only download the campaign, the zombies, and the multiplayer. Right? I'm able to uninstall sections of the game because I no longer like. I'm never gonna play like after I play campaign and get all the achievements to that side. I'll uninstall the campaign, and if I'm only gonna play multiplayer, might as well just leave only the multiplayer installed. I like that. Allow me to uninstall parts of the game.
Look, they still do that because I got.
But I still got to download the Warzone app. That's 200 gigabytes.
That's the issue is that they still like make you have Warzone. You are right about that. You can take the other parts out, but they do like make you have the Warzone. You know what I mean?
Like right now,
and it's an issue for me because it's just taking up too much space. Like it's just the shit is just too big. It's getting on my damn nerves. Like because on my PC, I got the joint. I'm not really expanding no memory and all that.
On PC right now, Call of Duty Black Ops OG, the 2010 one, is $20.
Yeah. How much? I mean, how many gigabytes is it? It's probably like fucking 3 gigs.
Yeah. 2. I'm sorry. 12. 12.
Yeah, 12 gigs. Boom. That's it. Hey, yeah, see?
But the thing is though, I'm downloading everything, the DLC, the complete game, and that's it. I'm done. Like shit, look at this. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 OG is on sale for $20. Oh, they're having a bunch of Call of Duty sales. Hold up.
Well, look, we got to hit the Reddit and tell the nerds to come up with some type of compression system or something. Get these files.
The only problem with the compression system is when you download games that have compression files, you'll have to uninstall it. So the file would be like 5 gigabytes, right? But when you finally open it up, it's like 30. And when you finally open up to use certain files, they all have to be open at the same time.
No, yeah, I could do it.
So it's like a falsehood type thing.
No, but that's why I said they got to get in the lab and come up with some other type of shit.
Dude, it's the shaders. The amount of data on these shaders to make it look a little better, and not even massively better. Sometimes it even looks worse. Like, these shaders on these games are so fucking unnecessary. Like, if I put the settings on Call of Duty Black Ops OG on max settings, it looked just as good as the new Call of Duty Black Ops on low settings.
I was playing Horizon, and I got to a certain section in the game, and it just kept, like, freezing. So I went to the Reddit, obviously, looked on there, and then that's what it was. It was a shader thing. So I basically had to go and put my RAM to auto. They said, like, for this game, I had to put the RAM to auto. I couldn't have it up all the way. I had it at, what was it, 6? I think it was like 24 or something. But they said just put the shit on auto and let the system do what it do because it was the whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
but it had something to do with the shader.
All that. No, listen.
They kept saying
all that RAM. No. All that RAM is now on. That's on that's on your computer or Xbox. Is now allocating resources to a part of a game that isn't even needed.
But you want me to tell you something? That come from like a generation of gamers, a certain generation of gamers that was addicted to calling out companies about their graphics and about how, oh my God, this teardrop doesn't look like this and this blade of grass doesn't. So then the companies start focusing on that stupid crap. That's part of what happened. And that's part of what happened when a lot of gameplay went down too in a lot of games. They started focusing more on fucking like graphic shit instead of more than the gameplay. And so like it's that's a byproduct of the gamers.
All right, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. And I generally agree with the statement on face value. I do 100% agree with that. What it is so I'm gonna bring it back to a video game called Turok, right? In Turok 1 and 2, there wasn't much voice acting, there wasn't much conversation, there was not much like facial animation type thing. Now a game came out called Turok 3, Shadows of Oblivion, right? They had, for its time, really good facial animations. Like they were talking, they were moving their eyebrows, lips, and everything. And this was on the 64.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like if you give me a game that has like fully rendered like facial features, and then you give me a game that looks like, let me see, what game do I have here? Fable. I'm like, we got a problem. You know, like if you're gonna give me Fable and what's another game that came out that same year? When did Fable come out? Let me find out.
Fable came out what, like 2006, 7?
Look.
Who did
You want to
Fable?
bring it all up? Fable.
Fable. Oh no, that's
2004 actually.
2004, right?
Yeah, 4. Damn,
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
you just said 2004?
Yeah, 2004.
Yeah, 2004.
All right. If you give me, all right, I'll put it like this: if you give me a game that looks like Fable, right, and then you compare it to a game to like Doom 3. Doom 3, visually speaking, at its time was fucking shit. But then at the same year, they had the first Far Cry, Halo 2, San Andreas, Paper Mario. I don't include any like Mario games and shit like that. You know what I mean? But like you give me games, so like Halo 2 and Doom 3 are generally, visually speaking, time-wise, are in the same reality. But Doom 3 looked like shit. Halo 2 looks fucking amazing.
But I think because Doom 3 stayed in that same like digitized style a little bit around that time. They didn't move into the new time.
But like what I'm saying is like even Half-Life 2, visually speaking, it looks, you know, shitty compared to Halo 2. But it was a good game because it worked within its limitations. You know, when games like push the limitations like Halo 2 did, it looks amazing. When people play within the limitations and understand them and push it up to the point where it's not, you know, exploding your PC, you get games like Half-Life 2. And then you get games like Doom 3 where they just make it so dark that the only thing you're going to see is a guy smiling, you know?
But see, like this is my thing for for developers. It's really simply come down to this. Like sometimes you might, whether it's the budget, whether it's time, whether it's
I think it's less budget and more time.
It could be budget, time, or talent, right? But like when you have to make a decision where it's like, yo, we're gonna go we're gonna max out, we gotta max out on one and be in the middle on the other. And here's what I mean. If we're gonna go A on graphics and C on gameplay, or vice versa. As a developer, which one do you choose? Do you go A on graphics, C on gameplay, A on gameplay, C on graphics?
So here's the problem I have with the whole what's better, graphics or gameplay, right? I feel like if one is good, the other wouldn't really matter. Now, what I mean by that is like if you look at Minecraft, visually speaking, it's fucking blocks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is fucking blocks. But it is the top played game out of, I want to say, Apex on Twitch.
Mm-hmm. Now,
right?
and an example I like to use for that is like Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas. They ain't the best visually looking games. People love them. They play the shit out of them.
Oh, I'm sorry. GTA 5 is currently number 2.
No, see now, I wanted to throw this in too, right? I'm glad you brought up GTA 5. Every now and then You get a GTA 5, which will give you, or a Grand Theft Autos, like something like that, which give you both. But then that's coming from Rockstar, who's dealing with a budget that's essentially unlimited, right? So you got a studio like Rockstar that could deliver both. We're gonna deliver the great graphics and the great gameplay. Sometimes these studios gotta pick and choose, whether it's time, talent, or budget.
I agree. I generally agree to that statement, but then in that same aspect, look at Blizzard and what they did to Diablo 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they fucking trashed that game. And then you got games like
do you mean gameplay wise or visually wise? Because I played Diablo, but I'm not a Diablo guy, so I couldn't tell you whether the gameplay.
I could tell you
visually it was good, but I don't know if the gameplay. If you thought the gameplay was bad or good, I'm not sure.
I think it was. The problem, I guess, was less gameplay and more like visually speaking. And then I'm talking about graphics. I'm talking about how much shit they throw at you in the game.
I got what you mean.
Like the season pass and all this other shit. Like,
I got you. Yeah,
if I want a good if I want a good Diablo game, I'll just play the OG Diablo 2 because it gives me everything I want, generally better, and it visually looks like shit. And then you got like games like Helldivers 2, who's literally the same engine from the OG Helldivers 1. Helldivers 1 was a twin stick shooter, like top down, you use your analog sticks type shit, like Contra.
Yeah,
they use that same engine, and it's like coding in Helldivers 2, and that's a third-person shooter.
But see, now that's where the talent comes in. See what I'm trying to say? Like time, talent. So now sometimes you have a studio where that'll happen. I'm using the same engine, but now look what I produce because you have the talent to produce that. You see what I mean? Like now, they have talent in that studio.
Wait. There's smaller studios, so they can get away with a lot more because it's just them, right? Yeah. But then you got games exactly like let me look at exactly like Diablo 4. I'm gonna go back with Diablo 4 then. Exactly like Diablo 4, where they have the backing for money, they have the storytelling. Like generally on paper, Diablo 4. It was supposed to be a commercial success, right? Yeah. Because it talks about Lilith, because they talked about her in the third game. They talked about the angels and gods in the second game and all this other shit. Like they seem like they were planning to get Lilith eventually, which is cool. I like when games do that, Yeah. But the story on point, the gameplay on point, the visual on point, and it still failed. And that was from Blizzard. Yeah. A AAA title game, like they made World of Warcraft, they made fucking like Warhammer. I think no, that's Wizards of the Coast. I think that's a little different, but and that failed.
Yeah.
So I think it's less about the visuals, graphics, and all that, and more so the intent behind the game.
Yeah,
right.
The gameplay, and the fun factor, and all that.
Yeah, like. Example would be there's a game called Deceit, right? Essentially, the best way I can describe it is like an adult Among Us. You pick a bunch of characters, and there's two monsters, whether they're like wolves or vampires, that come out and hunt you and kill you in certain times of the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
That game, on fucking point, no one talks about it because it's not well known.
Yeah, because I feel you, and I get what you're saying. Because I feel like a lot of the big studios, right, when it comes to the Blizzard or a lot of these other studios, even Rockstar probably, right? Like they get talent from school, right? So like because like being a game developer is not like an NBA or NFL thing where your talents are on display and then the best companies could come choose you. So like more than likely, the best game developers are like people that do it for hobbies. You know what I mean? Like not people that people that go to school, a bunch of technical school, and now they'll have, you want to get a job after school? We have all these different companies that you can. So it's kind of like you have developers like that, and then you have developers that sit in their home and do it by themselves and make all these mods and do all this in code. And so like the Helldiver studio, right? It's probably a studio with people of that ilk. It's a small studio. They're probably people that developed when they were children and had the code when they was kids and stuff like that. When you have people like that, they have talent. They're going to do more. They're going to care more versus we go to work. We know what it is to go to work and just have a job.
So
That's
so
what a lot
so
of these
you
people do at these companies.
so you generally agree to me. It's the intent that makes the game.
Yeah, I do
Okay.
agree.
So with that being said, that's why games like Diablo, Apex, Valorant, Fortnite, and all these other Overwatch 2 and all these other bullshit AAA games are failing because the intent behind the game, not saying the gameplay is bad, not saying the story is bad, not saying the graphics are bad. The intent behind the game destroyed the game. Regardless of how
I think
A-tier
it's
it is.
really because and a lot of them games you just named come from like smaller studios, but they get bought and published by bigger studios at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like
then,
example would be,
like all of the DLC packs and all of the bullshit that come behind it, that end up coming from the publisher. And they trying to make all this fucking money.
well,
Yeah, I mean,
also to be fair,
like,
I also blame us, the gamers, because we bought into the season pass, the pre-orders, the
no,
paid
but I
DLC.
told you because that's like a twofold thing, though. Because it's that issue is tricky because if you go back to like PlayStation days or Xbox days, you buy your game, you play it, it's done. Right? You play San Andreas, you beat the story, it's done. Then you just run around and shoot cops and all that. If they would have told us back then, hey, to somehow, some way, just connect your damn PlayStation to the internet, and we're gonna put out a DLC pack. Nobody back then would have said, "Yo, the game ain't finished." Everybody would have just said, "Hey, this is great. We getting more content." Somewhere along the way, the company
I think
they flipped it to where like it's like we'll have a game, and like maybe the end of San Andreas. Now they would have kept that out and then added that on. And then some companies do it that way. Some of them don't, and they get mixed up. Some of them are giving you extra. Some of them are holding back and giving you the full later. But it's a mix.
Which example would be Call of Duty when they did their season passes? Those DLC were already done well before the game actually came out. They could have easily put it on the disc.
The will to
did.
power has been the driving force of mankind.
That's true. But I'm not mad at that though. I'm not mad at.
But,
the only reason I'm
then
not
you got
mad
games.
at that.
No. Then you got games like Elden Ring. Like that DLC, they didn't even make that DLC. The game did fantastic. They're like, fuck it, we're gonna do DLC, and it's practically a whole game by itself.
Well, I will say this though. In 2024, is kind of like, I guess maybe like it's Elden Ring, right? So they had to assume that they didn't know it's probably gonna do as well as it did, but you have to assume it's gonna sell. So to me, it's kind of like crazy to not have DLC planned at all. Like you have DLC planned.
Another one would be Armored Core 6: Fires of Rubicon. That sold. Hold on a second. Because that has 0 DLC. 3 million copies was sold for Armored Core 6. 3 million copies.
Fruity fun.
I said Elden Ring.
Great crunchy
Elden Ring
Kellogg's
sales.
Frosted Flakes. So yummy and
Oh shit! That's a lot.
Yeah, but the Elden Ring sold a lot. How many did they sell?
Oh wait! I don't think I should do this because it's like the highest gross. 25 million.
God damn! I didn't even know it was that much.
Yeah, that's a huge like. All right, we're not gonna pick that because that like what's the next what's the next selling game? Oh, what's Grand Theft Auto?
No, but look, I got a question for you though. If Armored Core did release DLC, would you be mad if they decided to?
I'm on the fence with this only, and I'm saying only because I played the original Armored Core. So what Armored Core usually did was they came out with, let's say, Armored Core 2. A few years later, they come out with Armored Core 2: Another Age, which is like an updated, better graphics, continuous storyline, and shit like that. In 2, they added more features and things like that. This is the first Armored Core game that's in this generation because the last one came out on 360, which was Armored Core 5 Verdict Day, which is Armored Core 5.2. You know, so this is the first time they ever did anything like this in a newer age, and generally speaking, you know, it did pretty well. What's another game? Diablo. Let's see what Diablo.
The Diablo probably sold a lot too, though, because you know it's Diablo. That's kind of mainstream.
Yeah, it did. It sold 12 million.
You must be a Diablo kind of mainstream. You know they probably sold a lot. But I'm just saying, in general, the DLC, like I just think it. I think it just
Now,
depends.
would I buy the DLC for Armored Core 6? Yes, I definitely will. Not because I don't think that particular DLC is bad. It's just there's no DLC. The game came out like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's just like
See now,
I would probably get it because I know that DLC wasn't originally planned.
Now, like with map pack DLC back in the day, because like now the maps they just come out free, right? But like back in the day with the
Oh my
map
god, it's
pack
about to be a year
DLC,
ago since it came out.
you said a year since what?
The 24th. Yeah.
No, but like with the map pack DLC, I feel like that wasn't too bad. Only because I feel like it's optional. Like it
See,
got the game.
that's the thing. That's the thing I hate the most about it. If it's optional, why make me pay for it?
No, like that's the option. Like you don't have to have it to play.
No. But you get what I'm saying though. See, this is where I think I'm not explaining myself. In the original Call of Duty Black Ops 1, right? There were 3 zombie. Each of them came out with a zombie map. You could not play those unless you paid for them, which I'm generally okay
the
with.
DLC. I remember
But then at that
That's
same time, they also released in those same map packs maps in the multiplayer, which I hate it because it's like, cool, I don't care about the multiplayer. All I care about the zombies, right? Or maybe I'm one of those people that only care about the multiplayer, not the zombies. Now
you
you're
say
telling
just cut that price in
me
half and give me the
just to
zombie.
play on the maps. I feel like that's shitty.
Now,
But then
I
you
feel
got games.
But I
Then
think
you
it's
got
because
games.
from a business standpoint, they feel like most of their customers play both. So you might like some people like this is the perfect
I mean,
example.
no,
Like
I
me and you
agree
are
100%.
examples of that. You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Me and you right now are examples of that. Because back in the day, like you said, you played zombies. I never played zombies. I just played multiplayer. So now I gotta buy with the map pack and come with the zombie. I don't give a fuck about that map. I'm never gonna touch it. And that's the truth. Like I barely played zombies back in the day on the 360 versions. So, but like now me and you are outliers. But then you have most of the people, they in the middle. They played both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's how, and I think that's how the company look at it. They ain't think about time or season. Like most of the people gonna do it. And then for me and you, it's like I want the multiplayer map. You want the zombie, so we gonna end up buying it anyway.
So right now we're arguing over the needs of the few over the needs of the many. What is important, the majority or the individual?
In the end, the majority, because like I just said, they know if they take care of the people in the middle, me and you, which essentially is the hardcore gamer, are gonna buy it anyway. So like, I don't need the zombies map, but I need the multiplayer map, so I'm gonna buy it. You don't, and vice versa for you, right? But they know why split it up. We're gonna take Tom's whole $20 or $10, whatever it was back then, and we're gonna take all the siege money too. We ain't gonna split it up because the hardcore is gonna buy it anyway. The people in the middle, they know if we split it up, some of them might not buy both. They just casuals, they might not, but they just get all the money. Like instead of splitting it up, and for them, for business wise, it makes sense to take care of the people in the middle with that. When it comes to that, because you're gonna get ours anyway.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're just trying to make money, and I get that. But then
my thing is, I don't mind trying to make money long as the product is good. That's all I be caring about. So like,
but the
now I know you
problem
feel
is the
different about
quality
Call
of
of Duty, but like for me, right? I like Call of Duty, so I don't mind the things they do, like the DLC, not the DLC,
you've heard of
ends and all of that. I don't mind it because I like the game. You know what I mean? Now, if I felt like the game was trash, then you know.
Have you ever heard of the penny effect?
The penny effect? No.
Yeah. So let's say I give you $100 every day, right? I mean, that's a lot of money at the end of the day, but I'm not. But just for the sake of the conversation, let's say I give you $100 every day, and then I say, "Hey, I need to give you 90 today," right? And I start giving you 90 every month, every day. Now you start like, "Yo, like, what's up?" Blah 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 blah. He's like, "All right, best thing I can do is 95." So I start doing 95 a day. And then after a while, I'll be like, cool, I only could do 85. And I continue this process until I get to the penny. And you'll just be happy with the pennies.
I see what you're saying. Because
You know what I mean?
away little by little. You're taking away
Exactly.
little.
And like that's what happened in gaming. It started with pre-orders, then it started with DLC, like season passes. Then it's like DLCs, and now there's battle passes. Now there's like free passes that you pay. Like the amount of money people spend on free, quote unquote, free to play games is astronomically bigger than they would ever pay on a $60 or $70 game.
Hell yeah.
You know, like prime example would be Valorant. Valorant made $2.5 million in the first week opening, and it's a free to play game.
Yeah, listen, them goddamn like all of these companies from like them GTA shark cards to all of that shit, yo.
Yes.
They be making
but like that's what I mean. Since people like gamers just do this, that's why it's becoming shitty. That's why a lot of people aren't even looking at, like, the moment you hear like it's Blizzard's attached or World of Warcraft or fucking not Rockstar, maybe a little bit of Rockstar depending on what kind of game. Everyone's like, I'm good.
No,
but then you get developers
but
from like Elden Ring, fucking Remnant, fucking what was that new game that just came out recently? I think I got that on my list somewhere. What's that? Oh, the creators of Aliens Dark Descent, the people who made Aliens Fireteam Elite. Like, indie developers are dominating, like, collectively speaking. A single game is better in indie than it is in the AAA titles.
I think it depends. It depends on all these indie games ain't good.
Did dickhead money.
No, but I say like all of the indie games ain't good. Like not all of them.
No,
like, a lot of them
but it's also, like you said earlier, the indie developers, they are 2 to 3 people saying, hey, this game seems fun, send it. And they update as such if they so desire. So, like, I don't expect much from, like, a $20 game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But then you got games like Darksiders Genesis, where they didn't even need to make this game. They just chose to. They came out with $30, and generally speaking, it was a success.
But, like, this is the thing, right? If you take, like, some of these indie games, right? And they put together a game. Say it was a shooter or whatever, or any type of game, whatever, right? And they started, it's a free-to-play game. They put it out, and they start selling skins and all of this type of stuff, little weapon skins and all this other weapon variants and all this other shit, right? For me, when you make a free-to-play game and you start to sell like pieces and stuff like that, say it was just indie people, I'm not mad at that. Like, you put together a product, you put it out for free, and you're able to generate money off of this product. People, like to me, now think about it from an indie perspective, right? If an indie studio did that, how can I be mad at that? I cannot be mad at that. Like, I can't be mad at them creating a product that's going to generate them money. That's essentially what these things are. It's like you create a free-to-play game, whoever do it, indie studio, big studio, it's a free-to-play game. You put it out, right? So you don't make people buy it. Like, you put it out, they have the option to play. And if you're able to generate money from it, and this is the thing, all of this, like, the thing about gaming is the hype beast thing don't work. That don't work with gaming, meaning like a song that it just be hot because you play it on the radio over and over again or something like that. Now it's just hot, even though it's
like
wet.
Just because you're playing it all the time doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, that don't work in gaming. So, like, it's games I don't like, it's games you don't like, right? But whether or not we don't like them, if they being played by lots of people, they working for what they working for. You know what I mean? Like, because the flim flam don't work in gaming. Like, people gotta like what they're playing. You can't, like,
I agree.
Get that past people.
All right, if we're talking about free to play model, prime example would be League of Legends. Okay? League of Legends is a free to play game. You can do, the only thing that you pay for is cosmetics. That is it. You don't pay. I mean, I guess technically speaking, you could pay for some of the champions and shit, but you could actually just grind it. But the grind sucks. We can all agree grinding in free to play games is fucking terrible. You know, but I get why it needs to be done. So it's hard for me to argue for it and against it. But then you got games exactly like Warzone, where those guns you have to pay for if you don't want to grind like Warzone and Diablo 4's grind to get the weapons and to get the loot and all that shit is so fucking massive. Someone did the statistically possibility of you getting everything in each game, or like one thing for each game. I think in Diablo 4, if you wanted that one legendary helmet, it would have took you 97 hours to find it.
God damn.
Right? So like that's a problem. But then you got free to play games like example, it is a Switch game. It's called Pokemon League. It's essentially League of Legends, right? You pick a Pokemon, move on, That game is a grind, sure, but it'll take me 10 to maybe 15 hours to unlock the next Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Like the game I'm playing now, Remnant 2, I got about 400 hours of game time in this.
See, and you know what's crazy, like, as you describing that, right? It maybe it just goes back to like my theories on like it just depends on what you like, because you take Elden Ring. You just said that game sold 27 million. Ask Kyle, right? Like he'll tell you. I mean, he knows me, right? When I game, I hate that shit. I don't like Elden Ring. I hate fucking Dark Soul, all that shit. Like, I don't like all of that. To me, it's like this is not what gaming is supposed to be. Like, it's not fun. Like, I don't like. Oh God.
Okay, wait.
This is not what game. So like, I always tell people like, I couldn't be a gatekeeper, right?
What you said, I want to.
Look, that game sold 27 million, right? Say I was the gatekeeper of gaming. That game probably would have never came out. Because they'd have been like, Tom, what you think about this? I'd have been like, I don't like that one. Because I don't. You know what I mean? But now all these people like it, like Kyle be on there grinding and I don't like that. Like, to me, that's like, I don't want to play this, like, just keep trying to do the same thing over and over again, take all these hours to do that. For some people, right?
Dog, you're playing Call of Duty. That's exactly what you're doing.
No. But you see, but Call of Duty is a repetitive over and over thing. I don't want to like be facing this boss that I'm trying to get past and I can't get past him. Like, I feel like I'm wasting my time doing it. When I play, like, no matter what's happening with Call of Duty, no two matches are the same. Like I'm playing multiplayer. No two matches on my movements ain't the same. I'm not. So like on those games, I don't like, but some people enjoy the challenge of that. I don't enjoy the challenge of that. Everything's going on easy if I could put it on easy. Except for my sports games. I play sports games on the hardest level because like your teammates got to be good. So like that's the thing about the sports games. You gotta play on the hardest level or your teammates is dumb.
All right, so there you go. But like if it was up to me, no sports games would be coming out. Like realistically speaking. No, hear me out. Realistically speaking, I think we peaked on sports games right around NFL Streets 2.
You wild now.
I think we peaked at that point.
No.
Only because you could customize your character. None of them looked the same. The music was on point. You could have PvP, online play, and like it had everything you could ever wanted without the loot box system.
Well, no, like the sports games don't really got the loot boxes. The problem,
what the fuck do you call it?
Well, no. You do got like that little Madden Ultimate Team shit in the 2K got their version of it.
They had something similar. No. They had something similar in NFL Streets too. You can make your own team and bring them up.
No. I'm gonna tell you something right now. You got to put this one all on the gamers because like Madden comes out, right?
Yes,
Madden or the other game. Now, let me tell you something. Hold on. You remember like Madden back in the day? You get the game, like you could play against your friends, you could do all that. You can still do all that on Madden. This little other section they got where you go over to the tab and say, hey, you want to play Ultimate Team? You gotta do that. These people do this. I don't know why they do it. Now, here's the issue with that, right? That then became so popular, they don't give a fuck about nothing else in the game. And that's what became people's issue is that when they say sports games is the same every year, hey, listen, they ain't lying, bro. Like you might as well buy it every like 3 to 4 years. Kyle, no, I do that too. Like, I don't even buy the new ones. I just played it to come out on Game Pass. I don't buy them. No, I just bought the NCAA football because it's the first time it's been out in 10 years, the college football. So I bought that. Other than that, I don't buy none of these sports games. And I bought golf like 2 years ago, and I still got my golf games. Yeah, I love golf. I love the golf, John, whatever, right? So I bought that.
Guess.
But like all the Madden and the 2Ks and all, I don't buy that. Now that you want to talk about DLC, that's one that they really can just release an update because the graphics don't change. It's Madden, bro. It's the same game.
Did you see?
You
Did
don't
you
have to-
see
you
fucking
can release
Madden?
the
I want to
update.
say 20. What was it? 2014, 2015? I forgot which one. The Madden players all were the same, like visually speaking. It's just one was darker than the other. That was it.
Yeah,
They had the same facial
visuals in
models, the
Madden is
same
bad.
beard.
They're not good, bro.
Dude,
Like the player models in Madden is bad, and they take advantage of the players having helmets on, so they know they could get away with stupid shit like that,
yeah.
and it's not good. But then you still got to see the player models when they're there.
But that's generally what I have a problem with, like a lot of medieval games. It's like I spent 3 hours customizing my character. I'm gonna put on a helmet. I'm like, fuck this game. I just spent 3 hours. The first thing I do is put a bucket on my head. Nah, I'm pissed. That's why in games in like Skyrim, I don't care what I look like. Unless there's a sex scene, I do not care what I look like.
It depends. I used to like going through Skyrim, and I had
No,
so many
I
different
do
looks to my
too.
character.
I did too. But I hated the fact that the moment I was done creating my character, and it was like, cool, I'm in the tunnel. Here, put this armor on. Boom, my face is gone. That is literally, here is a perfect character.
But you know that
And
happens a lot in
now I'm gonna
Starfield
waste
though, because I have like my character the way I want them, and then like you have different atmospheres because it's space. So like depending on which atmosphere I'm in, they have to have my fucking spacesuit on, and I'm like, I don't even want this shit on. Like, but it's different now though, because I got the fucking bat suit as my fucking spacesuit. You know what I mean? From the mod and shit, but that's a whole other thing. But let me ask you this, right? This is a mod thing from with Starfield, right? Back to the conversation we was having. So one of the modders, they were like, he released a mod. So people will they got the creator program where anybody can become a creator and you can release mods. And if you become a verified creator, you can put your mods up for sale, right? And make money off of it. So the guy made a mod where it was a mission. And at the end of the mission, you get, like rewards, like a set of rewards or whatever. He charged $7 for the mod. People went crazy because they were like, this don't make any sense. Like $7 for one mission, this, that, and the third. They were going crazy. Like, why would we pay $7 for one mission? They're like, we getting like literally like hundreds and hundreds of missions in the game for just the base price. Why would we pay $7 for one mission? So then he made a point in his response, which I was thinking the whole time. He was like, and this is what I mean about gamers. He said, you're complaining that I charge $7 for a mission. But it was people on there charging $10 for like armor and shit like that, right? He said, you paid $10 for the armor. He said, I charged you $7 for a mission and gave you all the rewards at the end. He said, would you rather me just charge you for the rewards? Because that's what y'all paying for. And that's what he responded with in his little YouTube video, the creator dude. And so I was like, that's what gamers. They go crazy over things. So it's like, oh, $7 for a mission. But then y'all will pay all this money for a piece of armor. But then he gave you all his armor and all this other shit at the end of the mission. You do the whole mission, and then you get the armor. But y'all just focused on the fact that it's one thing. This is the thing about how gamers think, where they're like entitled in a sense, bro.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like they're entitled. So like gamers feel like everything, like, so it's like, it's a balance.
It's like games do what they do because gamers let them do it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But then you have to to me, it's just a balance. People be so quick because they were like trying to say he was being money hungry because he wanted to thing. He got a few mods for sale up on there. You know what I mean? But I was just like, you see, gamers, they just quick to react to everything. And on his face, like when the story like people were making videos about it, on his face, it made him look bad. But when you think about it, it's like, how are y'all paying all this for armor? But not for the, so it's kind of like, that's gamers for you.
I mean, I don't disagree because that seems fucked up no matter how you slice it. I don't know. It's hard for me to like defend that kind of shit because there's games out here. I mean, massively amount of games that just does it better. It's just I don't know why they don't get the hype they deserve.
Only because people just don't know about them. That's all.
Like example, have you heard of a game called Soma?
Soma, no.
SOMA? Dude, that game is a psychological fucking horror. It is the existential crisis. It is literally the ship of Theseus in game form. Do you know the ship of Theseus? So the
Sound
ship
of
of
it.
Theseus. Let's say you build a boat, right? And one of the planks need to be replaced. So you replace that plank. And you keep doing that until no original part is there on the ship. Is that still the ship of Theseus? Now, in that same instance, let's say you find a way to remove all the rot, all the mold and everything, and put it back originally as it was. Or I'm sorry. So after you take all the parts that away from it, and then you remove all that, and then make that into make those original parts from the that shit that eventually got replaced, and make another ship of Theseus in the same with the same woods. Now, is that also the ship of Theseus? Now you have two ships, Theseus. Which one is the real one? The one that had the original parts, or the one that was always there?
I think it depends. I think the original one is the thought. I guess it would be because so
But
you
no,
have the
but like
ship of Theseus,
that's what I'm saying. You see this like thing you're thinking about the psychology behind it, like which one is the real one?
Yeah.
That's what this game Soma does,
Mm.
and it's fucking wild.
Yeah, like a wild. See, you know what it is too. Like why these games don't get they just do. It's because like let's say like you had like a sneaker or a t-shirt company or something like that you was trying to get off the ground, and you might have like good sneakers or good clothes or whatever, but nobody don't know because you can't get them out there. Like if you could put them on a celebrity or something, right? Say a celebrity is just like, oh, I like this. They put it on, it go viral, or not even viral, but people see them with it. They pick it up, they start wearing it. A certain celebrity could just wear a shoe on a video, and then people, oh, I like that. I want to get it. This, that, and the third. That can't happen in gaming. So like an indie game, right? It's hard for them to get the
It
shine
has to be
because it's
word
like
of mouth.
it can't really like it's not like it could be seen and people can attach to
They
it.
don't have
Like
like good publicity.
yeah, but it's not their fault. It's not
That's
any of them. It's
that's
just
the
No,
the
it's
way
love
not.
they're
about
gaming it.
indie gaming, though.
Right.
I didn't mean to jump up. I had to jump in. Like
No,
I like
go ahead.
indie games because you got to do a little digging, you got to do a little work, and you know you got sometimes you waste a little time to
And the
find
gold you find.
those hidden gems. You know,
It's
that's
like
why I like
underground
it.
hip hop.
Exactly.
Indie gaming
You
is like
find that
underground hip
tip.
hop.
Yeah, you used to go to the mixtape store and like downtown and go rummaging through stuff. Yeah, we used
A
to rummage through
pile
the
No,
of
but
like
see,
tapes and
but this is the
everything,
thing. But
find some nice
but
DJ tapes and everything and stuff like that.
but this what kind of she's saying, like unlike underground hip hop, where like you might have an underground hip hop artist and he can be found by like a hip hop artist that's maybe mainstream, and he might say, "Yo, come jump on this track with me." And now that underground artist might be able to get seen by more eyes. The indie thing in gaming don't work that way. It's not like an indie developer be like, "Yo, this game was crazy. Let's bring these people." They don't
it's
really
not.
work in that way. You know what I mean? They don't
Yeah.
really give like a big company wouldn't give shine to the other company. You know what I mean? They wouldn't lift them up out of the underground scene. It's hard for like indie companies to get up out of the underground scene just to show who they are. And there's nothing wrong with the looking for the gold. But just like underground hip hop, when you find that gold as a underground hip hop fan, you want that person to be seen by the world, which is kind of how CJ is.
You know
You know what
what?
I mean?
If these developers, all right, listen, I know Blizzard is listening to this because they always like to follow people that say Blizzard. If you really want to like make money, just randomly go through indie developers, right? Don't touch this shit. Don't try to put. You could be like produced by no
Activision.
published published by
Public
Activision or Blizzard, published by Blizzard, produced by Underground. Do that. You use your money to have that out, and I guarantee you'll make more money than you think. Like
and then
people
now
are willing to go out of the way to make good games, good
And
mods.
but then now here's the other thing too. When the indie companies, when they get their shot, you can't come up with like a Redfall, where like Activision and Xbox going back you, and then the game comes out and it's horrible.
Wait,
Like so,
wait,
like
wait, 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 wait. The problem with that is They forced them to send it out. They said the game was not ready. It just got out of alpha. If anything, best beta. They openly said,
if that's the case, I cut them some slack. Then. You know what I mean? Because that game was
that's the same thing with Cyberpunk. They kept on saying. Also, to be fair, Cyberpunk, they were promising a lot of things.
Yeah. That's not like. So if that is the case, I gotta cut
developers. Arcane Studios, whatever the fuck they're called, they said it was like, hey, the game's not ready, but Xbox forced them to send it out.
That could be true.
It was true because it was only in development for like 2 years prior. 2 years for a first-person shooter on Xbox? The fuck out of here. Open world? No. Fuck no. 2 years? No.
Yeah, but I think, remember we said that gameplay versus graphics thing? I think in that thing, it was definitely like, what the fuck? Oh, they said no fireworks. I'm like, what the fuck is that? But I say, I'm sorry, my bad. But that gameplay versus graphics thing, I think with that, it was a lot more gameplay. Like, graphically, it was trash, but I think the gameplay was bad. Like, me and Cal tried it.
It's on sale right now.
It just wasn't that good. You know what I mean? It's on Game Pass. So nobody even play it. You know what I mean? I think the gameplay sold them. Like, so I feel like even if they had more time, what the thought of the game wasn't good. You know what I mean? So even if they had more time to polish it up and do this and do that, I don't think the thought of that Left 4 Dead style that they was trying to copy, they didn't copy it well. You know what I mean? Even beyond the things that they could have finished up. You know what I mean? So it's like I think the thought of the game wasn't good, in my opinion, with that game. Like I think even with more time, it wouldn't have mattered. You know what I mean? It was just delayed the inevitable.
It had potential, but like the problem is though, to come out with another Left 4 Dead, you have to find a way to perfect a formula that's generally already perfected.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I mean? Like Left 4 Dead 2 came out 1 year after Left 4 Dead 1. And that's not because Left 4 Dead 2 wasn't in development by any of the means. They just used Left 4 Dead and they had so many more better ideas and they already had the foundation of it. So they just used a lot of the original code from Left 4 Dead 1, put it into Left 4 Dead 2. So that sped up development because the game was already perfect.
Left 4 Dead 2 was crazy too, man.
Yeah, dude, and the mods, dude, on fucking Left 4 Dead 2, you can literally just download mods. I can have the Boomer look like the Cackle Demon from Doomslayer from Doom.
Yeah, see, so like, now think about it. Like, what they were essentially trying to do was come into that market. Now, look how much you can already do with Left 4 Dead. I mean, with Left 4 Dead 2. So now you're trying to come into that market in the newer generation of gaming. You just got to make sure you do it right. You know what I mean? And they just, I don't know. They just didn't pull it off. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so the indie developers, when they get their shot, you got to make sure you deliver. You know what I mean? When a big company say, yo, we're going to throw our name behind it, you got to deliver. You know, it can't be like maybe, who knows, maybe it was a favor of a favor. Somebody at the company knows, hey, yeah, throw them a bone and but I don't know.
Well, like they need what it is. They don't need they need to keep their foot out the fucking water.
Like what? Stop the meddling.
Yeah, that's why. For many reasons, that's why Dead Space 3 failed. Like the idea of co-op was dope. What they did was, if I'm playing as one character and you're playing as the other, we are physically seeing two different things. Or like visually speaking, you were hallucinating one thing. I didn't see your hallucinations. You know, like that shit was dope. But then they fucked it up by putting all these microtransactions and making it more of a shooter like Gears of War. And I'm like, that's fucking terrible.
Yeah. I don't know what was why they did that.
It was pretty bad. And I mean, I'm a big fan of Dead Space. I got the helmet and everything.
Yeah, I ain't played
that latest one
since the 360 days.
I didn't like the latest Dead Space. That was like way too linear, and the puzzles like corny. Like
what? You talking about the remake?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, dog, you out of your fucking mind.
Man, I told you,
you are out of your fucking mind.
You can't tell me it's not linear. can't really say it's not.
It's all the Dead Space games were linear. What are you talking about? The newest Dead Space that came out was the least linear.
I said too linear. Of course, we all know they're linear. This is too linear. This is way too linear for the.
What are you talking about? You're saying it was too linear.
Well,
when
let
it was
me
the
explain.
least linear out of all
before
of
you cut me, hold on. Before you cut me off, you have to let me explain. I mean, I understand your nuts is in fucking, up your throat, but listen to me.
Fuck you, man.
Just calm down, baby. Listen, let's back up. Sit down for a second and relax. All right? It's too linear for me for a remake of this caliber for this year. I mean, like, come on. You could do a little bit more than make it that linear. The graphics is good and everything like that, but it wasn't nothing mind-blowing. Not at all. And the monsters wasn't even really gripping. It's like the same old one, and then they finally introduced another one. It was corny. I like the story a little bit though. I like how people just kept disappearing and everything. But ultimately it was not really gripping to me. It was, like I said, it was too linear. It was big, but it fell off after halfway through. What do you want me to do? It's linear. Too linear.
Kyle, I got respect for you, but I ain't gonna take any of your opinion seriously after this.
I wouldn't even pay $5 for that thing. Wow. I ain't gonna hold you. Sorry.
Yeah, I ain't played Dead Space 3, so I don't know.
But that is a wild fucking statement.
Oh, so what did you think about the game?
It's one of the best remakes of our time. Remakes. I want to make that clear.
Gotcha.
Remakes.
Gotcha.
Because what was it? Resident Evil 2 was a good remake, but I'm not a huge fan of Resident Evil, generally speaking. But from what my friend was telling me, it was like fantastic. It improved on all the features that the original Resident Evil 2 did, but also came in short in a lot of places. That's what he was saying. But like me as a Dead Space fan, bruh, I'm telling you, that Dead Space remake was fucking amazing. Like I could go back to my old sections. Get the fuck out of here.
So it was basically like it was a remake. It was a remake of the one that came out in what was it, 2012 or 2013? The last one. It was a remake of the 2006 one, the one that came out this year, or the one that y'all talking about.
Yeah.
It's a remake. I mean, yeah. I mean, I never really. I'm gonna be honest with you. I never played the original.
So they didn't change it.
I never played the original. And if I did,
if they're doing a remake, then they're not going to change anything as far as like
wait.
How the game
go. Do y'all know the difference between a remake and a remaster?
The remake is the same damn game. It's just fucking
no.
No, remake. You can do some things to it. You can like twist it a little bit. You're remaking it, so you
do
what you want.
The remaster is the same game but looks better. That's it. A remake is the game base story lined up. Now you talking about you never played the original one, so you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
But listen for a second.
What do you mean?
Yo, calm down, brother. Yo, take a pill. I mean, like one day, like when you get to 60 years old, you're not gonna make it, man. You're not gonna make it because you're gonna have a heart attack or something. No, real smoke, man.
What the
and
fuck?
Like, you really need to take this as like some like real some real shit from like people who care about you, man. If you get so hyped like that, and I didn't even finish my sentence, bro, you're not gonna make it. Man. Don't stay off the salt. So anyway, like I'm saying,
good. I'm trying to die. What do you mean?
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. But like to me, it's like even that game, like they should have did. I know I never played it before, but it wasn't nothing like new. Like I can tell they didn't put nothing else extra into it except a little facial. There's a little slap over. You know what I mean? It wasn't anything gripping for anybody new who's coming onto the field or anything like that.
But you never played the first one. So how can you make that statement?
I can do this. If I never played Resident Evil 2, I played both of them. Like, and the remake they did was awesome. It was a lot better than I think, than their first one. So I mean, like you can't. But if I was a new player, I would be drawn into that.
Like
I think it's pretty cool. Like that Resident Evil 2. If I was new and never played it before, I would be like, yeah, this is pretty like up to date. To me, the Dead Space is like something that just wasn't. It was just like a makeover. You slap something on it. It just wasn't really drawn in.
Think about it like this. Think about like where the conversation started. It started when you said that like Dead Space 3 didn't do well. Now think about it like this. It probably didn't do well because of what Cal's saying, but not in a bad way. Not that I'm disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is for new players that come onto the scene, that's like used to how things are in this generation of gaming. They go back and play that remake. It might be like when he said too linear for them, right? So like where like you have the fans of the series, like you and a bunch of other people that's gonna be like, yo, we getting this. It's the remake. But as far as them trying to sell a lot to go to the masses, you might not be able to appeal to them because of how
That's what,
how
that's
linear
really
you might be keeping
displayed.
the game. Now that don't make
Yeah,
the game bad or good. It just mean like that, and obviously it's a good game because they did a remake. Like if it wasn't a good game, they're not going to do that because they know that nobody would buy it.
Fine.
It's just tied in to the newer people.
I'm gonna accept your statement at face value.
Yeah.
But when you do a remake of any game, you will compare it to the original, especially if you're a fan of it.
Yeah.
So when he said the statement, it was too linear, he has no idea what the fuck he's saying because he's never played the original one.
No. Bro, think about it like this. See, think about it like this. If I hand you a game and say, yo, play this, and you play it, and you say, hey, that's too linear for me, you're allowed to say that even if you never played the game before. You're allowed to say that a game is too linear for you. Like just like I'm allowed to say, this game is too hard. I don't like Dark Souls. And somebody say, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you ain't play fucking the Dark Souls 1, you ain't play the other shit. This is how all these joints go. And I'll be like, well, I don't like it. You're allowed to do that.
You said it was like okay, respect is like dead. I mean, like the original, but to me, it's like if you're doing something like that, you need like Resident Evil 2 did some more stuff to make it more appealing, and then they had nice.
Although the one thing I will say about Resident Evil 2, I didn't like the fact that you couldn't play as both characters. You know how like in the PS2, PS1, PS1 of the game, one disc had Leon, the other disc had Claire. I thought that was dope, And if like one door was locked, it was because Claire locked it, and vice versa. I was kind of upset about that.
I just don't think I would, I mean, I wouldn't continue my Dead Space, if they had something else, I probably wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't say I probably wouldn't. I would probably think they would expand upon it now because it's going to be based off of people's wants and needs and the story growing now. But as far as what they did, I wasn't really too happy about it.
I mean, if anything, they should definitely remake Dead Space 3. I'm pretty sure they could do something better with that.
And see, let me give you a tip from your debate brother, right? When you debating, so when Cal say, yo, it's too linear, when you respond with fervor, right? Like with the energy, like it's only because you got a respect for his gamerism. Because like if your little cousin walked up to you and said, it's too linear, you don't respect it the same. If the Pope said it, you'll be like, I don't even give a fuck what you're talking about. Like, yo, Cal said, hold on, because you know Cal a gamer. So when it's coming from him, it's like, what are you talking about today? But now when you debate, even if you respect it, right, sometimes you gotta act like you don't. If you understand what I'm saying. Even when you do, you can't let the automatic, that's what it is. It's because you respect this gamer. Because if you didn't, you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You wouldn't even care. You'd be like, shut up.
You know what I mean? You could have pacified me a little bit, but you didn't. You just went straight in with a deadly death threat.
I did straight up attack you.
I know.
I told you, see, because like me and CJ are having that debate, and then Kyle is like the grand poobah, and then you arise down from the damn like judges panel, and then you enter the debate. CJ like, hold the fuck up, like that's gonna get him. He getting you out there. You sit in grand poobah status in our gaming situation. You sit right there, like you on that status with it. But then when he being attacked by the grand poobah, he gotta, CJ ain't no punk when it comes to this, so he gonna attack back. Yeah, he gonna go. But that's how it goes. But you gotta still remember, like when you debating sometimes, like you keep it low, even if you got the respect. You act like you don't. You know what I mean? That's all.
Campaign mode.
There you go. I just lost my blunt.
I'm jumping on this Doom. I haven't played this since I got this new monitor.
Oh, I'm excited for that new Doom, yo.
Which one?
Yeah, I ain't played Doom since like 64 days. 64 days. I ain't played that shit since.
God damn, you were missing out, bro.
I ain't played Doom since back then. GoldenEye and Doom 64.
Oh man,
them days.
I would love that. Just that night you said it, I would love them to do a remake of GoldenEye.
They did. It's out right now. You ain't know that?
Oh yeah. They
What?
did.
Yeah, it's out right now. It's on Game Pass, I think, too. But like, and it's that
GoldenEye
is
007?
yes, from the 64. Look it up right now. Go on your Google. They did it.
I am.
You know what I mean? Like, it's out right now. It might be like $5. You think about it, and it's the same damn game too. Same graphics, same. Oh, it's the same game. Like that one. Whatever you call it,
Oh
remaster, remake.
no.
They did.
This is a port.
Or a port, yeah, because it's the same.
Yeah,
fucking game.
no. So
Whatever
a port is just the same game, just in new. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
That's not
it's
what I
just a
want.
port.
That's not what I want.
Yeah.
That's not what I
Oh,
want.
I got you.
I
You
want a
you
full
want a whole
fucking
remake.
remaster.
I got you.
I want them to give the same treatment they
New
did the
graphics.
Turok series
Yeah,
and
I
the
got
Star Wars that they got going on. Give me that.
I got because this is definitely a port. I say because it's the same fucking
I'm
game.
about to say,
Like, God
yeah.
damn, this feel wonky as hell. Like this what we was playing back in the day.
Man, this shit look terrible.
Yeah, I mean, but people still be on there too because I think they added online multiplayer to it.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? So like when it came out, it didn't have it. Then they added the online multiplayer, and so people still be on there though.
Y'all exhaust yourselves already?
No, yeah.
You got
Yeah,
some
recording?
more? I've been recording since y'all.
Right.
I'm saying, I hope you recorded it because I ain't doing this shit again.
Well, you deep in the conversation. You know what I mean?
Since y'all been talking, I've been recording. Playing Doom.
But I say,
Playing
all right, now here's the real kid. But run
boy.
it back. There you go.
So then I fucked her cousin. No, I'm kidding. Then my stepmom got stuck in the wash. No, I'm kidding.
Let's see. Yeah, man.
It had Doom's on sale right now.
Well, I'm playing it right now. It's free.
Which one?
Eternal, whatever the latest one.
Yeah, that would be the latest one.
Yeah.
So you got
Bethesda, man. They got Bethesda, man. So you know Doom is free. That's automatic.
Yeah. They got Bethesda. They need to put Crash Bandicoot. No, they got Activision.
They got Crash. Oh, Crash Bandicoot just came out. It just came out.
On Game Pass?
Yeah. Came out today, I think.
Shit.
That's just on there now.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking. I was wondering. I'm like, when the fuck is the Crash dropping this shit, man?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's on there now.
Damn Crash on there. Oh yeah, we got to check that out.
Yeah, that and another one came out. That's why I knew Crash Bandicoot came out. I knew that.
I was wondering when he was going to drop that on there.
Oh, yeah,
y'all really looking forward to Crash Bandicoot? That's wild.
I do like Crash. Crash is my shit. That's like my little time passing job. And really, because I got beat them all, I bought the one on my PS4, the latest one, Crash Time Warp. But I never finished it. You know what I mean? I got like halfway through.
Right now, so I'm gonna end this one. Anybody want to say anything? You guys?
Oh no! Well, we signed it off. You know how it go.
All right.
Go fuck yourself.